Hi again, first graders. It's me, Miss Griswold. It's so nice to see you guys again. I'm here today to read you another story to help you with some of your work this week, hopefully. Today, I'm going to read you a fiction text that you may or may not have read before, and it's a fun little series. Um, this book is called If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and it's by Laura Numeroff, and it is illustrated by Felicia Bond. And we know that the illustrator is the one who draws the pictures. Um, Remember, when we read this type of book, we know that there are going to be characters that may be animals and they do some things that sometimes people do. Today, we're going to see a mouse along with a boy as some of our main characters. In today's story, a generous giving boy shares a cookie with a hungry mouse. And it's the beginning of a chain of events, which is a bunch of events, that keeps this boy busy all day long. When we think about chain of events, we think about a bunch of things or a bunch of events that happen in a row and in order. But one event needs to happen for it to start. So think about dominoes in that way. For example, one time I forgot to set my alarm, so in the morning I didn't wake up for work on time and I was almost late. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think about a time where something similar may have happened, where one event happened, so another event happened right after that. I want you to pause the video, think about that question, and if you can think of a time where one thing happened, so another thing happened right after. Thinking about events that happen in order will help us retell a story. I know that in first grade, you and your teachers have been working really hard to retell stories this year. And you guys have been using your 5 fingers to tell them. And normally you retell with the characters, the setting, and then the beginning, middle, and end. But today, you guys are going to learn another way to retell a story, which is with cause and effect. So take a look at our learning goal for today. I can recognize cause and effect in order to retell a story. And we know that word recognize means to what? Good. It means to find. And these words cause and effect are going to be new today. The cause is what makes something happen. What makes something happen. And the effect is what happens because of that. So the event that happens. Event that happens in order to retell or tell the story in order. So retell a story. So we're going to tell the story in order. And we know that we were talking about cause and effect that helps us tell the story in order. Like I was saying, the one time that I forgot to set my alarm, that was the cause. That's what made something happen. And then the effect that happened. So what happened because I didn't set my alarm? I was late for work. So when we think about the cause and effect, we can retell the story in order with those important events. As I'm reading today, I want you to see if you can find some cause and effect relationships. Remember, the cause is good. The cause is what makes something happen, and the effect is the event that happens. So I'll do a couple for us at the beginning, but then in the middle of the book, I want you to try to pause and find some on your own. All right, you guys ready? If you give a mouse a cookie. If you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk. When you give him the milk, he'll probably ask you for a straw. When he's finished, he'll ask for a napkin. So if I pause right there, I already saw a couple of cause and effect relationships. The first thing that happened is he gave the mouse a cookie. That was the cause. What happened because of that? What was the event that happened? Well, we know that the mouse asked for a glass of milk. Then, when he gave him a glass of milk, what happened after that? He asked for a straw. All right, so as you guys see, one thing happens and then the next happens as a result of that, kind of like dominoes. Let's keep reading. I think we already read this, but we'll read it again. When he's finished, he'll ask for a napkin. Then he'll want to look into a mirror to make sure he doesn't have a milk mustache. When he looks into the mirror, he might notice his hair needs a trim. So he'll probably ask for a pair of nail scissors. When he's finished giving himself a trim, he'll want a broom to sweep up. He'll start sweeping. He might get carried away and sweep every room in the house. He may even end up washing the floors as well. When he's done, he'll probably want to take a nap. What I want you to do right now is I want you to pause this video and I want you to think about if you can find or recognize some of those cause and effect examples in this book. So go ahead and pause and see if you can go back and find some of those cause and effect examples. Good. I know that you guys probably went back and rewatched, and we know that when he drank that milk, he asked for a napkin, and then he looked in the mirror to see if he had a milk mustache. So when he looked into the mirror, then he noticed he needed a trim. So our cause is he looked in the mirror, and the effect is he noticed that he needed a trim. Then he asked for a pair of nail scissors, and because of that, he gave himself a trim. Then when he gave himself a trim, he started sweeping and he swept the whole entire house. I wish he would come to my house and do that. So then another cause is that he was cleaning the house. So the effect was that he was tired and wanted to take a nap. Let's keep reading. You'll have to fix up a little box for him with a blanket and a pillow. He'll crawl in, make himself comfortable, and fluff the pillow a few times. He'll probably ask you to read him a story. So you'll read to him from one of your books, and he'll ask to see the pictures. When he looks at the pictures, he'll get so excited, he'll want to draw. He'll want to draw one of his own. He'll ask for paper and crayons. He'll draw a picture. When the picture is finished, he'll want to sign his name. With a pen. Then he'll want to hang his picture on your refrigerator, which means he'll need Scotch tape. He'll hang up his drawing and stand back to look at it. Looking at the refrigerator will remind him that he's thirsty. So he'll ask for a glass of milk. And chances are, if he asks for a glass of milk, can you think of the effect once he asks for a glass of milk? He's going to want a cookie to go along with it. Awesome. So there were so many events that happened in that story. And we know that there was some events that happened. So events happened after that because of it. What I want you to do is I want you to think about those cause and effect examples that we found in the book, and then think about some that happened at the end. I want you to take a second and pause the video and see if you can find some of those cause and effect examples at the end of the story. Good. Hopefully some of the ones you found were that he was tired from cleaning, so the effect was that he wanted to take a nap. Another one was that he wanted the boy to read him a book, so the effect was that the mouse asked to see the pictures and wanted to draw his own. We also know that near the end, when he drew his picture, he wanted to hang it up. The cause was that he drew the picture. The effect is that he wanted to hang it up. And then finally, near the end of the story, another one that happened is he went into the refrigerator, so he realized he was thirsty. Now that we've looked at some of those cause and effect relationships, we can think about those events or the things that happened so we can retell the important parts of the story. We know that first, if you give a mouse a cookie, he will want a glass of milk. Then, once he drinks the milk, he'll want to look in the mirror to check his milk mustache. And then many other things happen, like him cleaning the house, taking a nap, reading a book, drawing his own picture, and hanging it on the fridge where he notices he wants a drink of milk. So it all leads back to if you give a mouse a cookie or if you give a mouse milk, then he'll want a cookie. Then it might start all over again. If we use some of those events that happen, those examples of cause and effect, we can retell the story just like we did together. This week, you're going to read a short story where you're going to be asked to find the cause and effects examples in the story, just like we did together. So I hope this video and us reading together will help you with that assignment. I know you guys are going to do an awesome job. I can't wait to see you next week. Bye.